Hello, welcome to Liz Rocks and Stuff. I'm Liz, and it's time to see what's in my tumbler. We're going to start out with my stage one agates and quartz. These are two barrels that I'm running currently that are just sort of a mix of a bunch of stuff. So this is the bigger 3 pound barrel. It has my cracked geode as well as my dumortierite and quartz. So everything is kind of looking good here. Just rinsing out my barrel a little bit, and then I'm going to pour my smaller 1 pound barrel into this as well. I do want to get a look at that geode, see how it's looking, and I actually really like it. I show a better clip of this later on, but it's looking really good. I like the lines in there, and I'm glad that it's not opening up like some people had told me it would. This is the second smaller barrel. Now, if you remember from last week, I have a lot of filler rock in here, and I'm going to do some rearranging, just sort of a heads up. I'm retiring my 1 pound barrel from rock tumbling. I've got some other plans that I'm going to do, so there'll be a video about that in a couple of weeks. So look out for that. I'm also next week, after I get my other barrel out of stage 4, I'm going to be taking a short break from rock tumbling. Like I said, I'm retiring my smaller one. There's my geode. It's looking really good. I'm really happy with how that's turning out. I'm actually going to, it's not smooth. It's not perfectly smooth on the outside, but I'm okay with that. So what I'm actually going to do is put that aside to go into stage 2. So this is me sorting through things. I'm actually sorting things into things that need to stay in stage 1, things that can go into stage 2, and I'm also pulling out the filler rock. That's what I'm putting down sort of at the bottom there, because I'm going to condense this all down into one barrel. So getting back to what I was saying is I am retiring my 1 pound barrel from rock tumbling. Look for a video in a couple of weeks of what I'm going to be doing with that. It's not going to be running all the time anymore. It's just really too loud. I can't, it's in the same office where I work, so it's just too much for me to sit here with it going. The Lortone tumblers are much, much, much quieter. So what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be ordering another Lortone 33B, which is 2 3 pound barrels, to replace the single 1 pound barrel that I have now. And then that 1 pound barrel is just going to be used on and off here and there, not consistently, and not for rocks anymore. It's an okay tumbler if you're just starting out. This is a moss agate that I actually really like the look of. I think the 2 points that are that clear quartz just kind of look really cool. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. So yeah, anyway, I'm getting a new Lortone 33B to replace the single 1 pound barrel. The 1 pound barrel, like I said, it's good for starting out. It's good for learning how to rock tumble, how all of it works, but it's too aggressive. It spins too fast, and it tends to do more damage, especially in the later cycles. So once you kind of know what you're doing, it's a good idea to invest in a better tumbler, like a Lortone or I think Chicago Electric is another brand that people use. I don't know. Most people use Lortones. So anyway, I've condensed everything down into one 3 pound barrel. I took out all of the filler rock that I had in there, and now I'm just putting in some more agates to sort of top that up. And then I'm just going to put it back into stage 1 for a week. And yeah, putting in 6 tablespoons of stage 1 grit, and yeah, that's going to go on the tumbler for a week. So after next week, so this is stage 1, miscellaneous stuff. My other barrel that I'm going to start in a minute is stage 3, going into stage 4 this week. So once this gets out of stage 4 next week, I am actually going to take a pause on rock tumbling for just a week or two. Basically, I'm going to get a new tumbler in, and I have some other projects that I'm going to do. So I'm still going to put out a couple of videos that are not rock tumbling, but sort of semi-rock related-esque, sort of. You'll see. So after next week's video, there's going to be a couple of videos that are not rock tumbling while I sort of get my rock tumbling set up the way that I want it. And then I'll come back with more of these what's in my tumbler videos. So this is the stage 3 agate and quartz. This is the stuff that I needed to have done by the end of the month. And there's a mix of stuff in here. So agates, well, there might be agates in here, but there's a smoky quartz, amethyst, looks like I think a blue quartz, some jaspers, a lot of different stuff in here. So this is, I'm actually not putting this back in a 3-pound barrel. So when I dumped this out, I noticed it was pretty low. It was only about half, filling up only about half of that 3-pound barrel, which is not a great ratio. You want it to be more like 2/3 to 3/4 full. So I decided to go ahead and put it in a 1-pound barrel. So for those of you that have been here from the beginning, I had a former 1-pound barrel that stopped working, and it was replaced with the one that I have now. But I have an extra tumbler, an extra barrel. So this is that extra 1-pound barrel from my first 1-pound tumbler that I had, and I'm just going to put this on my Lortone base. So it fits, it doesn't like fall through or anything, so it's going to not be too aggressive in that spinning. This is the borax rinse cycle, by the way, the burnishing cycle. This is a few hours later. It's been spinning for a few hours. It looks really good. And it fits better in this 1-pound barrel than in the 3-pound, so I feel better that it's not going to be causing damage. Because if your barrel's not full enough, it can cause the rocks to crack. And there's actually one I'll pull out and show you where part of it actually broke off. This has a quartz pocket in it that I just need to make sure I keep cleaning out. And I put it in there and then realized, oh yeah, I said I was going to show that quartz pocket. So that's that quartz pocket in there. You can kind of see it. I just need to be aware that it's there and make sure that I clean it out every time that I do this. So that was me with the water pit cleaning that out. And yeah, so I'm basically just putting these in a smaller barrel so that they take up enough room that they're not going to be damaged or cracked in the process. But I'm putting it on my Lortone base so that it spins at a more acceptable rate. So this one right here, this rock has a chip out of it. I'm not sure when or how that chip happened, but I'm pulling it out because if I don't take it out, it could potentially scratch the other rocks in there because that's a sharp edge on it, and it's going to cause the finish to not be as good as it could be. So this is me pulling out all of the rocks, making sure there's nothing that's in there that's chipped or rough or going to cause damage. So I'm pretty happy with that. Add in my water, adding in this is aluminum oxide stage 4, and this is the final polish stage. So next week we'll be getting this out of final polish and we'll get to see some finished rocks. So I'm very excited about that. The smoky quartz I have in here looks really good. I'm really, really glad that that's turning out really well. I hope it shines up really great. And so this is quartz going into stage 4 now, which is very exciting. So as I said, after next week, I'm going to be taking a very short break from rock tumbling, but I still have a couple of other videos that I'm going to be putting out. So be on the lookout for that. Kind of excited for those. It's a little bit different. And I hope that it's enjoyable. I'm talking like I have a ton of followers that actually care. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.